Hey everybody, it's Heather from Knottywood Yarn. Today I wanted to bring you a review of some knitting needles from Knitter's Pride. They're the Zing line. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so let's take a look at our Knitter's Pride Zing needles. This is the interchangeable 16-inch set. It comes when you order it or when you purchase it at your yarn store. It comes in a carrying case, which I find is convenient. A lot of interchangeable sets. And this one it does pick up every single thing that it touches. I do have to say that, but it is convenient to have a case, something to house it in. So that's very nice. It comes with, let's go ahead and open it up. It comes with 6 needle sets. It comes with US size 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which are hot pink and not in here, 9 and 10. I'll show you the 8s in a moment. It also comes with 2 cords that are 16-inch in length. It comes with 2 keys that you use to tighten and untighten your needles onto the ends of the cords, and then stoppers, which you use on the end in case you want to take your needle off. You can put a stopper on and hold your work on your cord. So let's go ahead and demonstrate how they're used in case you're not familiar with interchangeable needles. So say I needed size 7 to make a hat. I would go ahead and take my size 7 needles out, which are absolutely gorgeous. I hope you guys can see how beautiful lavender these are. And then you screw them onto the ends of your cable and take your handy dandy key that is provided for you, put it in there and tighten it up. Make sure you tighten both sides. I'm not going to do that right now. And there you go. You have 16-inch size 7 needles to go ahead and start your project. Again, you can take these off and put the stoppers that are right here if you wanted to use these needles for a different project. So that is how they're used. Now let's go ahead and get into a couple of my things that I have learned about them and my thoughts about them. I love them. I absolutely love the tips on these. Some people like very pointy tips. Some people like very dull tips. Also depends on the project that you're doing. If you're doing lace, you want pointy tips. If you're doing something like a hat that is not on thin yarn, then you sometimes want a little bit of a more muted or a dull tip, blunt tip. These are in the middle. I would say they kind of verge a little bit on being a pointier tip, but I find that they are the perfect pointiness for almost every project that I have picked up to do with these. The other thing I like about them is that they are metal, they are not too sticky, and they are not too slidey. So they hold your work on very, very nicely. So you can get a good clip going when you're working, especially if you're doing just some straight stockinette stitch. But at the same time, they don't allow your yarn to slip off very easily. The joints are nice. There is nothing here that catches onto your yarn. It feels like there's a little bit of a grittiness there, but there's not. I've never had a problem having anything slide over these. So I do think that they are very, very good when it comes to that. One thing that I do have to say I have found, and this kind of borders on a different set, is that I have a set of 40-inch circulars that I use for socks. I got specifically to do magic loop socks. Let me set this aside for a second. I did not last very long with this because I found, even though they feel very smooth, I found that my sock yarn did not go over it very easily. It got caught and I spent more time trying to get the yarn up on the actual metal part of the needle. So although the needle itself feels very beautiful, once I got it up there and I was knitting with it, I did thoroughly enjoy it. I just could not get over the work I had to do here. It kept holding me up. So I ended up putting it on an 8-inch sock knitting needle, which is my preferred. So to be fair, I'm not really a magic loop girl. I do appreciate it sometimes, and I like to kind of switch up a little bit, but I went ahead and these didn't work for me very well, so I'll be passing them along. I also have, and I guess I should have brought that out, I did order the I think it's a 9-inch sock needle, and I did enjoy that. I thought that was perfectly great knitting socks. So my only issue was right here. Now here's something that you might want to know, and I found this to be something that was super handy. And I know a lot of the companies don't like you to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I interchange between Knitter's Pride and KnitPicks all the time. So this is a Knitter's Pride set. I have KnitPicks, and I have KnitPicks wires that go in between. And instead of buying another set, because I did like the length of these needles, the tips of these needles, I was not going to go buy Knitter's Pride wires. So I took my KnitPicks longer wire and I used it on here. And they fit perfectly fine. They work perfectly fine. And you can go ahead and tighten it up with your needle. The join is perfectly fine. And you can go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to show you, that is where my size 8s are right now. I am working on the Stornoway, I always say it wrong, throw by KnitPicks. And here they are. And they are on KnitPicks wires. This is a 40-inch KnitPick wire that I have going, and they are just a beautiful pink. And one of the reasons why I wanted to use these is because this is actually a cabled, it has a cabled border on it, and I love these points for cables. I've used them for several projects already for cabling, and like I said, they're my go-to right now for that. I find that Addies are too slick when it comes to cabling for me, and I needed to slow down just a little bit, have a little bit of stickiness so that I'm paying more attention to the cabling. So that is one of the reasons. The other reason is just because they're so stinking pretty. I just really like the pink and the purples, and can't say I really like the brown as much, but I can appreciate it. That's fine. So all in all, to sum up, I have to say I was pleasantly surprised with the Zing Knitter's Pride needles. Now, I've never had a Knitter's Pride needle that I don't like, so I can't say that I thought they would put out a poor product, but these guys were exceptional. I really found them exceptional, so exceptional, I even got a set to give to my mother. So I thought she had to have them. So overall, I give them, I would say that these guys got a 4 out of 5 for me. The only reason why I wouldn't give them a 5 out of 5 is because they are a little slower than I would like. But again, I appreciate that slowness in some projects. So there you have it. If you have any questions about the Zing needles and how they work, or how I use them in my projects, just put a comment down below. I'll be happy to get back to you. And everybody go ahead and leave down below what you guys think of these needles, especially how pretty they are. So I will see you guys in the next video, and make sure you like this video if you do, and subscribe so you don't miss any. Take care.